As civilians try to escape some of those hardest hit areas in Ukraine, many are expected to head to Poland. The country is already home to more than half of the 2 million refugees estimated to have left Ukraine so far. Phil Lipof joins me live now from Lublin, Poland. And Phil, the UN says roughly 1.3 million refugees have now crossed into Poland from Ukraine. Now there are more on the way. So how is Poland handling this huge influx of people? And have you seen any changes over the past 2 weeks since you've been there?
Diane, Poland's doing everything it can. First, it opened its massive land border with Ukraine. Then it's opening apartments and homes and shelters now in larger places. We're hearing about malls and arenas. 1.2, almost 1.3 million in Poland alone. We're told a lot of them have gone to other countries. One thing we have seen change, you ask, over the last, I'd say, a week or so, when this humanitarian crisis began, it was primarily women and children coming across the border. But now there are a good deal of elderly Ukrainian refugees coming across the border, and they are coming in wheelchairs, and people need to help them walk. This wasn't happening in the beginning. I think a lot of the older folks in Ukraine wanted to sit this out and see if they could ride it out, but now the shelling that Ian is talking about is just too much, and they are now starting to come across the border as well.
So how are other areas of Eastern Europe dealing with this refugee crisis as well?
Diane, that was like in two phases. So first off, other countries in Eastern Europe came to Poland and offered their help. We were at a reception center yesterday, and we saw a German aid group. We saw folks from France. We saw a bus from Denmark just putting refugees on and shuttling them up to Warsaw, where they could get some shelter. So at first, Eastern Europe converged on Poland to help, and now we understand a lot of the refugees here in Poland are leaving Poland to go to other countries in Eastern Europe where they know people and can take shelter there, too.
And Phil, most of these refugees crossing the border are mothers with children. So what kind of help are they getting once they arrive, and what's being done to keep them safe?
That's a great question, Diane. First, what's being done to help them is everything this country and its people can do, whether it's, getting them toothbrushes, toothpaste, diapers for the babies, and then, of course, the big issue is shelter. That's being done. But I have to tell you, we were at the border the first day this humanitarian crisis began, and we were watching as women and children came across the border and got into cars and vans with perfect strangers. Most of the men who were offering them a ride somewhere. And we thought, wow, that is amazing. That's the best the human spirit has to offer. But also, our radar went up and we said, well, that could be dangerous, just getting into a car with a perfect stranger. And now, two and a half weeks into it, there are warnings up in different languages saying, be careful what car you get into. And now we're seeing a tent out at these reception centers where people are being matched with the people who are taking them and taking a record of it. They're taking names and numbers so that they can follow up. So it's not just, getting into a car and going with somebody.
All right. Phil Lipof from Lublin, Poland. Great reporting, Phil, as always. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.